welcome back everyone, welcome back to the grand finals of PiGosaur Monday number 9. It's been quite an intense tournament here tonight, but we have our top 2 players. We have our 2 Protoss players, the best Protosses in the world, MaxPax and herO. They are top 2, number 1 in Europe, number 1 in Korea, as well as a face-off here in a best of 5. Let's go. Game 1 is going to be in ley lines. If you're in the chat, predictions will soon be open, so you can place your bets while you can in the chat. So best of luck with your gamba, best of luck with your predictions as we jump into the first game of the series. Oh boy, and I'm ready. I'm excited. Honestly, I haven't seen enough of MaxPax in the new patch, and I'm excited to see his PvP specifically, and we'll get into why. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of ley lines, we have the Danish Protoss player, the blue Protoss, representing Storm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Green Protoss player, the red Protoss, representing Dragon Kai Z, Weibo Gaming, WBG. It is herO. And if you're in the chats, predictions are now open. It's gamba time. Place your bets while you can on who you think will take the series. Best of luck, as this is a best of 5 PvP, and I'm curious, very curious, how MaxPax has adjusted his PvP. Now, something very important about the new patch is, because of the removal of shield battery overcharge, I am curious if and how that has impacted MaxPax's opener. MaxPax is a very unique opener in PvP. He has the best PvP in the world, or at least he had the best PvP in the world. But during the PTR, we saw MaxPax lose a lot of PvPs. He lost a lot of PvPs in the PTR tournaments, so I'm curious if he has adjusted and if he opens up 2-gate or not. Because I would imagine that 2 base all-ins or 1 base all-ins are stronger against MaxPax than they used to be, considering the removal of overcharge. Okay, gate, cyber, expand. Economic opener here at MaxPax. He is going for his tried and true gate, cyber, expand. I should say gate, cyber, double gas into Stargate into a faster nexus. Meanwhile, herO doing something very similar. Only 1 gateway, no second gate. herO is mirroring MaxPax. Interesting. We are going for a mirrored build so far, which means this could be the beginning of Phoenix Wars if herO goes for a Stargate. We know that MaxPax should go for the Stargate. If herO does the same, I mean, we might just be locked in. Nexus here for herO, it's going to be Nexus before Tech from the side of herO, MaxPax Tech before Nexus. So this is MaxPax's go-to build, Stargate before Nexus. Which is why I'm curious if herO goes for his own Stargate. I'm very curious. You can see here MaxPax, he's looking for the Stargate, he's trying to figure out what's going on. If it is a Stargate, MaxPax has to make a Phoenix. If not, he can go Oracle. There it is, Stargate. Now, what's important, it is Stargate versus Stargate, and herO should be going into Phoenix Wars, but because the probe just got sniped, MaxPax doesn't know. He doesn't know it's a Stargate, so he could go Oracle instead, and then herO could catch him off guard with Mass Phoenix. We'll see. We'll see what units MaxPax makes first. It's going to be the Oracle. Okay, Oracle opener out of MaxPax is being chronoed as we speak. Adept shades across the map, and herO should be opening Phoenix, but we'll see. As MaxPax, he does shade in, the wall is wide open. Oof, and MaxPax will get a full scout and some damage as well. Yep, MaxPax, he checks, he confirms. Stargate is done. Oracle for herO, that's a little bit shocking to me, but okay. Phoenix is on the way for MaxPax as we speak, which makes sense, and the herO should have been going for a Phoenix himself. I'm a little bit shocked that he isn't. Oracle is revealed, being spent back at home to shut down the initial Stalker. And the Stalker does fall. Nice pick up here by MaxPax. Gets the Stalker, pulls back, gets the NG overcharge. Phoenixes are on the way, but MaxPax will have the Phoenix lead. And I feel like that should have been the way of herO, but okay. We'll see how this all comes together. Adept goes down. We have a couple of defensive Stalkers here for herO. Again, MaxPax will have the slight Phoenix advantage. Oracle getting caught out. MaxPax shoots first. And herO, he has to get the hell out of here. He has to back off. He does have to pull away. Oracle into the main. There is a shield battery. Phoenix on the way as well, going for the stasis. MaxPax a little bit late to react. Oh! Ooh, catching out a good chunk of probes. Very nice stasis here by herO. He recalls back home as well. Very nicely done. That's going to be what? 4, 6, 7. 7 probes caught out. herO is fighting back. Ooh, and herO, he is switching out of Phoenixes into Blink Stalkers. Now, this is a very difficult thing to do. Very difficult to transition out of Phoenix Wars into Mass Blink Stalker instead. So far, MaxPax is up to 4 Phoenixes. He is getting to Immortal production thereafter. MaxPax has not committed. He did not commit into Mass Phoenix, not yet. Trying to get a read on what's going on. MaxPax did see some of the Stalkers, so he knows. He knows it's going to be a ground switch here from herO. One Stalker gets caught, and herO, he's committed. He's moving out everything across the map. But the problem here is that MaxPax is going to have an Immortal. Up! Stays in the main. It's going to finish! Oh my god, it does! No! It finishes in the main! Oh, it crashes everything. Late reaction, late response over here. Another stasis goes off as well. And again, the power of the NG overcharge. Stasis traps everywhere. Stasis defends, stasis attacks, and herO, he's in a rough position. No third, not yet. The Oracle's getting shut down. Yeah, the Oracle will fall. There's no saving it. Back across the map, we have 1, soon to be 2 Immortals. And herO has to retreat. Another stasis! Another stasis goes off. herO can't keep up. And now he expands, now he gets a 3rd base. MaxPax taking an economic lead. Still maintaining map control. herO still has a decently large Stalker army that he can make use of. Blink is almost done, true. herO, he can dive into the main. There we go. What do we go for? Into the main or into the natural? The Immortals are in position. herO cannot touch the natural base, but he can contain. That's what he's doing right now. He's rotating, he's containing. But probes are going down. Oof. Probes and Stalkers. This is getting out of hand. herO, he dives into the main base. Gets 2 Stalkers. Almost a 3rd. But he has to back off. Again, he cannot fight this head on. herO retreats. And MaxPax maintains his economic advantage. But herO's on 3 bases. True. So herO, he can recover from here. He can take a lead. herO, he backs off, he rotates into the main once again. Immortal's ready for this, within range of the shield battery. herO should at least force a cancel. Nicely done. Once again, containing MaxPax and keeping him pinned back at home. But I worry about the counterattack. How many Immortals does MaxPax have? 3. 3 Immortals, soon to be with +1 in charge. Gateways are on the way. In a head-on fight, I do favor MaxPax's army, and herO knows that. herO, he does know. Phoenixes, they move out once again. Okay, 2 more probes. 2 more probes go down. Hallucination does get eyes on all the gateways. herO confirms that there is a 3rd, so he knows that there's no all-in. Feeling safe. The game will continue. Oh, okay, the game will progress. Now, because that 3rd base, herO, he does now have a worker advantage over his opponent. He's up in probes. Likewise, herO, he's refining his army, now getting into charge, into Archon production as well. Again, the advantage that MaxPax has is those Immortals. So in a head-on fight, I still do favor MaxPax, but herO, he's recovering. He's getting there. We have the Dark Shrine on the way. I mean, MaxPax is very fond of DTs in PvP. I mean, in general, he's very fond of them in most matchups. And Dark Templar, they can pop off, they can wreak havoc, especially if they go unscattered. herO, he has no observers. The robo is just now on the way, so the observer count's quite limited here for herO. MaxPax pushing through the center. Oh. herO takes a lot of hits. Oh, force MaxPax back. Here comes that War Prism with the DTs. Dark Templar, they're making the way into the main. First observer is on the way for herO, rallied across the map, which means it's not going to be in position, which means these DTs, they can do a lot. PiGosaur Templar, they can pop off. They're headed towards the third. Main armies clash. herO's distracted. We have that first Arc Templar waddling into the natural. Yeah, warping into the third. Our probe's going to be falling. That's going to be a lot of damage. Yeah, a lot of workers falling in the blink of an eye. 11 probe kills. We have one DT in every single mineral line. 12 probes going down. Some of the DTs, they pull back, and MaxPax is going for the kill. He's going for the fourth. And again, herO out of position. He's completely out of position. 17 probe kills. MaxPax pulls away. Respects the main army. DTs come back in. Getting up. Another probe. DT's on A move. Chasing the stalkers. You know, MaxPax, he pushes in towards the third base. He ignores the fourth for now. Now, in a head-on fight, herO, he can still fight this. He can still engage. It's going to be close. His economy's in shambles. The main fight can go his way. The Archons, they dish out a lot of damage down the backline for MaxPax. No Archons for herO. The Zealots are going to be melting. Stalkers pushing in. And MaxPax, he has to retreat. He has to back up. Force the recall. Oh! And he will lose an Archon. herO, he holds. He does hold on. Zealots back into the main, denying mining time, forcing herO back. Zealots at the natural as well. Still a very tense situation. herO, he's up in army supply. More DTs, though. They're just keeping him busy. And this means that it's giving MaxPax more time to build up more Archons and more Immortals. So the longer this goes on, the better it is for MaxPax. As we still have more DT harass. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, Prism finally goes down. Or Prism finally falls. Here, pushing to the center. Headed for the third base. And can MaxPax hold on here again? Here he still has that army supply lead. And he's pretty committed. He's pretty all in at this point. herO with a better engage. Archons are stuck behind the army. herO, he's pushing through. Takes down all the Zealots. Now it's mainly Archon Immortal left over. herO, he rotates. Heads for the fourth. Gets up a couple of probes. Doesn't commit. DT's still wreaking havoc across the map. And MaxPax, he's holding. He's holding on. And again, as I mentioned before, the longer this goes on, the worse it is for herO. Force the warp in defensively. herO, he turns back around. Ay, ay, ay. Remember, herO, he's down to 38 probes. He doesn't have an economy. He's on a 2-base economy. He's barely on a 2-base economy here. And MaxPax, he's thriving. Getting into +3, getting into his own blink. More warp-ins, more reinforcements. herO's being outscaled. He can still try to pull this up, though. Zealots, they hit the third base. They get on top of the shield battery. Shield battery is denied. Nice blink here from herO. He does shut down the Phoenixes. It will shut them down. Ooh, Zealots, they overextend. They have to pull back. They have to respect the Archons. Phoenixes go down. First Archon gets surrounded. There's 3 more Archons left. And Mortal's getting exposed. So far, MaxPax, yeah, he's holding. He shuts down the Zealots. He's breaking through. MaxPax holds. He shuts down the army, and herO, he has nothing left. He has nothing left behind this. Again, he has no economy. Zealots, they hit the third base once again. herO is down to 30 probes. And the MVP of this game was that Arc Templar. Like, the DT harass was insane. And it just completely took the wind out of herO's sails. Completely. The non-stop DT harass. And that's led to this. It's led to this game state. herO being forced back. DTs, they get 17 probe kills. They're still wreaking havoc. They're still killing more workers. And GG gets called. MaxPax takes game number 1. Whew. GG. MaxPax does take a lead in the series. Again, even though herO was able to maintain himself and keep up in the most part, even having a worker lead or a base lead initially, if you recall, with a faster third and a faster fourth, did not matter as he was pulled apart. The non-stop Dark Templar harass in the main, and the natural in the third base as well, and every single base all at once was too much, and it just crippled herO. It meant that herO, he had no longevity in the game, could not keep up with the production of MaxPax, or the economy of MaxPax, and with that, GG. GG, well played. MaxPax takes the lead, and now we're jumping into game number 2. Let's go. Jumping into game 2. And again, I'm still unsatisfied. I'm still curious how MaxPax can deal with these one base all-ins if he were to go for a standard opener, but we're not going to find out because game 2 is going to be on Ultra Love. Ultra Love, a very defensive map. Ultra Love, of course, has a unique feature, ramp coming into the natural, which means gate expands are very common on Ultra Love, which means Phoenix Wars are also very common on Ultra Love as well. Now, we saw an attempted Phoenix War in the last game where both players went Stargate. Some Phoenixes were made, but here he hard switched into Blink Stalkers. Here, I'm curious if he does the same, or if this time he commits and we get Phoenix versus Phoenix, as that is a more common outcome on this map. We'll see. We shall see. 5 a.m. Shema, papi, shema. Watching StarCraft at 5 a.m. Yo, if you're in Europa, if you're in Europe, if you're watching StarCraft at 5 a.m., 1, the passion is real, but 2, get some sleep, papi, get some sleep. Oh my god. Take care of yourselves. Take care. Ay, ay, ay. But here we go, we're getting into game number 2, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the Danish Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming, leading the series 1-0. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the red Protoss, currently down in the series. We'll see if we can bounce back. For Weibo Gaming, it is herO. We go. As we do have both players going for their own gate expands at the natural. As we mentioned, Ultra Love has a ramp coming into the natural, and this typically signifies that it is legal, if not expected, for Protoss players in PvPs to go for these more low ground expands and these economic openers. So gate into expand here is very likely. MaxPax's standard opener is gate into Cybercore, into Stargate, then into expansion. So we'll see how early, how quickly either player expands. As you can cut corners. You can attempt to cut corners here. Single gas from MaxPax, that means that he wants to go for a faster Nexus. Double gas from herO means faster tech. MaxPax is in position, he delays expansion, and he does take the faster Nexus. There we go, MaxPax, he will have the economic lead. herO, he did not move out with a probe. That's a little bit odd. Okay. I would imagine for good reason, but because herO didn't probe scouts, he can't do what MaxPax is doing, which is delaying the expansion with the probe, and even pylon blocking. So, yeah, really odd choice by herO not to go for it. It's possible that the reason for this is that herO wanted a greedy build at a MaxPax, and then herO turns this into a one-base all-in. It's possible. Like, that would make sense. First Zealot moves out across the map. herO does have the minerals though, and he will expand. Okay. So a later oh. Hello, herO. What's going on? The probe comes back in. herO, he has the money for an expansion. And is he waiting for the probe to leave? Throws down a pylon. Yep, one base all in. Let's go. So that makes sense. As we theorized before, the reason why herO did not go for a probe scout is because he wanted MaxPax to be greedy, and he's turning this into an all-in. So this does make sense here for herO. It's all coming together. Second gateway gets thrown down. Third gateway, so it's going to be 3 gates, robo, 1 base all-in. All or nothing for herO. Now, there's a bit of a give and take here. On the one hand, yes, MaxPax did go for one of the greediest builds you can go for, so that can work well for herO. On the other hand, this is delayed. Remember, herO, he didn't start throwing down his robo and his setup until the probe died, until the probe went down in the main. That was a very late kind of decision to go for the 1 base, or really late production for herO. Later than it should be. And MaxPax, he confirms. He scouts, he sees the robo, he sees the gateway, Void Ray back at home. Like, this is a really weird 1 base all, really weird timed 1 base all in is what I should say. Twilight Council? Are we going into an upgrade? I mean, this is gonna be quite delayed here for herO. It almost, you know what this feels like? It feels like hero's freestyling. Like, yes, it's a 1 base all in, but it's a delayed 1 base all in, and now we're going for tech, which means the upgrade's gonna make this even later, and the Void Ray has arrived, shuts down the Stalkers. Like, I'm not fully convinced as to what's going on. Are we going DT? Like, this has to be Blink, right? Prism's on the way. Show us the upgrade. I was waiting for a little bit of extra gas. And we have the resources for it. Yeah, DTs. So it's going to be 1 base all in. Initially 3 Stalkers into Dark Templar. Now, we're gambling very hard. It's not going to pay off. So the gamble that herO was going for is that MaxPax would not have a robo. As we can see, I mean, which is standard, by the way, MaxPax to defend against all-ins, it's Void Ray into Immortal. Robo's on the way, which means we have access to an Observer. And Oracle, of course, as well. So, I appreciate the initiative here out of herO, but I'm at least not convinced. We'll see, though. We'll see. Ooh, as MaxPax does overextend. That's actually a bit of a slip up here. So what just happened? MaxPax, he just activated every single prismatic alignment. Ideally, you want to stagger them. Ideally, you want to hold off and you want to stagger your prismatic alignments. He activated all 3. That is better for herO. So herO, he can threaten the natural, rotating over towards the main. Void Ray's trying to keep up. Prismatic alignment's still on cooldown. Oh. As herO rotates. But Prismatic Alignment, it's about to be available once again in a couple of seconds. So far, so good. MaxPax is holding. Observer has arrived. I believe there's 1 Dark Templar. They're going into the main. DT's into the main base. And probes are going down, but there's detection. He gets 1 DT, he's going to get the other as well. And there's no escaping with the War Prism. At the same time, herO pushes in towards the natural. He's trying to pull MaxPax apart. Trying to, but won't be able to. Prism goes down, GG gets called, and MaxPax, he will take the 2-0 lead. GG. GG, well played. Interesting build there out of herO. Again, I stand by what I said before. It did feel like herO was freestyling a little bit. It was not the most efficient execution of a 1 base all in. It was very chaotic. It was delayed because of the probe scouts. I remember he was waiting for the probe to leave or the probe to die before throwing down his tech. On top of that, went into a delayed DT follow-up as well, which again was just a big gamble. Big gamble from herO, hoping that MaxPax would not have detection. But it is very common in that kind of situation to go Void Ray into Immortal defense, like Stargate into Robo. So MaxPax, he had detection. GG. GG, well played. We're now getting into game number 3. Let's go. Here we go. Getting into game 3 here, and game 3 is going to be on Frostline. How can anyone sleep when there are 2 Toss gods fighting? True, true. Get some sleep. Sleep factor. I might have a nap after this. So, as always, we have 2 casts today. We have the PiGosaur Monday this morning, and we have a Lima League tonight. So it's probably wise for me to nap in between, but I'll probably try and get a little bit of work done first, and then I'll have a nap, and then a Lima League. But yeah, so Lima League is in like 6 hours, I think. We'll have to double check that. But here we go, we're getting into game 3, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Frostline, we have the Danish Protoss player, the Red Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is MaxPax. Then one more game is all he needs. Una más, papi, una más, to claim the series. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Weibo Gaming, WBG. It is herO. He's up against the wall, one more loss, and that will be the end of the tournament, of the finals. We'll see if he can bounce back as we are settling in, and this is finally the game that I wanted. We are loading into a map where there is no ramp coming into the natural, which means MaxPax is going to be more vulnerable in the early game, and I'm curious if herO can pull off a one-base all-in. That is what I'm looking forward to here, is actually a one-base all-in on Frostline, but we'll see. We'll see. As MaxPax moves out with his probe scouts. Meanwhile, herO has no probe on the map. The second pylon gets placed. Looks like a standard opener from herO. Gate Cyber? herO, once again, he's going for a gate into Cybercore into Stargate. Is herO a believer? So for those that are curious, this is the same build that herO went for in game 1. And it's the same build that MaxPax, I mean, this is the MaxPax build. It's the MaxPax opener in PvP, and herO's doing it again. Now in game 1, it was kind of awkward, if you remember. herO did take an economic lead, but he went like for an Oracle first, which got shut down into Phoenixes. Then he went into a hard switch into Blink Stalkers. It was, again, very chaotic from herO. And we could be seeing that again. We could be seeing, once again, like a Stargate opener into Oracle, into Blink, from the side of herO. There's a Stargate, as we did mention. Stargate versus Stargate. In a standard PvP, this should mean Phoenix Wars. This should be Phoenix Wars between MaxPax and herO, but I don't think herO enjoys it, based on what happened in Game 1. So I'm less convinced. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on herO. We'll see if he opens Phoenix or not. He should open Phoenix, but it's herO, so I don't know if I can like say that with confidence. Just because herO is chaotic. But it should be a Phoenix. And this should be Phoenix Wars. As we see here, moving out with his first Zealot and Adept, we'll catch out at MaxPax for a moment. Nice hold damage here on the Adept. Phoenix production has begun from MaxPax, which makes sense. Again, Phoenix opener makes plenty of sense here for MaxPax. And herO, what does he go for? He's supply blocked, he's going Phoenixes. He's still... No, where's the pylon? Where's the pylon? Where's the pylon? Oh, no, is that game? No shot. This is a brutal supply block. This supply block should not have happened. Oh god, that was, yeah, I mean, he now breaks out, thankfully. The pylon just now finishing. But if this was to be Phoenix Wars, it does mean that herO is going to be behind in Phoenixes. Again, now he's going second Stargate to catch up. Makes sense. Does make sense. herO is going to try to catch up. But that was a wasted chrono as well. Like that. MaxPax has got 3 Phoenixes to the 2 of herO. So MaxPax, he doesn't know that he has that that greater advantage, but he can flex it. Heads toward the natural. Oh, he can bully herO back. He gets a probe. herO does have the defense advantage, so he does reinforce that much faster. Adept's on the way. 4th Phoenix has arrived. 5 versus 3. Shield battery will help maintain himself there. herO he holds. He's holding on. Oh! Gets a Phoenix. Nice pickup. Takes down a Phoenix, and herO, he is catching up. Not just catching up, and now with the second Stargate, takes a lead. herO takes a lead. MaxPax's own second Stargate is late. Late second Stargate. herO has momentum. He catches up. Ooh. Does almost catch up MaxPax. Close. Checking the Phoenix count. We're even, 6 and 6. But herO is slightly ahead now. They go up to 7 Phoenixes. Up to 8 Phoenixes. You can see the 7th and 8th Phoenix is still in production for MaxPax, but herO, he doesn't commit, he pulls back. And now we can embrace Phoenix Wars. Okay. Whew. We had a shaky start, but now we can embrace the Phoenix Wars. So far, both players are keeping up with each other. We should be expanding, taking a third base, and we'll see where we go from here. Now, there are certain power spikes in Phoenix Wars. The big one here is going to be Phoenix Range. We'll see who goes into a Fleet Beacon first and into Phoenix Range. Likewise, once we go into a Fleet Beacon, then you have another timing with the Mothership. So we'll see how we get there. For now, both players are being very tentative. They're building up back at home. There's a Fleet Beacon. Faster Fleet Beacon for MaxPax, you will have faster range as a result. So Phoenix Range is on the way. Meanwhile, MaxPax, he does pylon block the southern expansion, but we can still expand towards the north. Likewise, here doing the same with the pylon blocks. So Hero does move out. Hero still has a 2 Phoenix advantage. Again, because of the faster second Stargate, Hero, he's perpetually ahead in Phoenixes, for now at least. He also sniped a Phoenix earlier, if you remember. I mean, that's why Phoenix Wars can be so unforgiving. One wrong move, one mistake, and that can cost you the game. And MaxPax did lose 1 Phoenix early on, and that may just be game. But again, MaxPax is going for faster range. Hero dips in, gets a probe, gets 1, gets 2, gets 3. Ooh. He's gonna trade, but Hero, he does come out on top. Yeah, Hero, he can just dive in. He can just dive in at this point. Range will not matter. He can get the production, and with that, Hero, he will overwhelm, and Hero, he fights back in the series. He shuts down every single Phoenix. Phoenix is chased down, and MaxPax can never recover. He can never recover from this. It's not gonna happen. Hero even gas stealing, taking the gases. Catching out MaxPax. And again, MaxPax should not be able to make it up from this point forward. He's got 2 Phoenixes to 10. Oof. Trading 1-to-1. Losing another Phoenix. GG. And Hero fights back. Whew. Very intense. Very intense game state there. GG, well played. Again, because Hero had the faster second Stargate, and because MaxPax lost 1 Phoenix at the start of the game, that just meant that Hero, he was just perpetually ahead in Phoenixes. He just had maintained that Phoenix lead. Also important that Hero did fight before Range, right? Range did finish towards the end, but that was after the fight concluded. So really important that Hero, he was able to engage ahead of time. With that, GG. GG, well played. The series will continue. Oh my god. Series will continue here. It'd be wise, but light does not bad. No, I'll try to sleep after this. I'll probably get some food. I'll work on some VODs, work on some thumbnails, and I'll try to force myself to sleep. For those that are curious, in 7 hours, or in 6 hours and 45 minutes from this message, we're going to be live once again with Olima League. Week number 232. Week number 232. But that won't be on Twitch. As a PSA, Olima League is not streamed on Twitch. It is streamed on Chijik, which is a Korean streaming platform. So we don't stream here. I know that Wardy does like replay casts on Twitch. I know he does that like the next day. But we live cast on Chijik instead. We have it live. As we're now getting into Game 4. Getting into Game 4, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of King's Cove, we have the Danish Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Sidestorm Gaming, leading the series, still 1 game away from becoming this week's PiGosaur Monday champion. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Weibo Gaming. Down in the series, but he fights back. He puts a point on the board. It is a hero. Here we go. have our PvP. And I'm curious because, again, even though I expect to see something more aggressive out of herO, and I expect to see 2-gate openers, he hasn't really gone for it yet. In Game 1 and previously in Game 3 as well, herO, he went for a gate into Cybercore, and he's doing it again. He has seen the light. Gate's finishing up, Cybercore is going to be on the way. Mirrored builds. MaxPax is going for the low ground setup, herO on the high ground, but mirrored builds nonetheless. As here he scouts, Nexus have been placed. Greedy build here by MaxPax. He went for a single gas geyser, so very greedy here by MaxPax. Faster expansion. herO, second gas. What does that mean? Faster Stargate. So herO is going to open Stargate into a later expansion. MaxPax expansion into later Stargate. So slightly different builds here between our players. And this means that herO should be the aggressor, as herO will have faster tech and, again, the faster Stargate. Now, because herO knows that his Stargate is going to be faster, herO can go Oracle first instead of Phoenix. He can go Oracle first, go across the map, and try to get some economic damage. I'm curious what unit he makes first. Now, if herO can confirm that MaxPax also opens Stargate, and it should be a Stargate open out of MaxPax, then herO could try to catch, could try to just get ahead. There's a Stargate. herO could try to get ahead, and I would love to see a Phoenix first instead. If herO opens Phoenix, he will maintain a Phoenix lead. And if this goes into Phoenix Wars, that could just be game then and there. That could just be game with that one Phoenix advantage. Zell confirms. herO, he does spot the Stargate, he knows. And now herO has to make a choice. Does he risk going Oracle first to harass across the map, or does he open Phoenix? Zell does threaten the main. He's going the Oracle opener. Okay. Going Oracle first. So herO, he's going to forego any kind of Phoenix advantage. He's going for the Oracle to harass. This also tells us that it's highly likely that herO is going to go not into Phoenix Wars after this, but into Twilight Council with Blink. There it is. We saw this in Game 1. So if you were here for Game 1, you would know that herO did the same thing. He went Oracle into Twilight Council into Blink. And it's quite risky. Quite risky to do this. We saw it did not pan out well for herO in Game 1. But herO, if he wanted to, he could have embraced Phoenix Wars, but here he is avoiding it. As the Oracle does zip in. Phoenix is in position, Oracle gets denied, no surprise there. And this is why going Oracle first was really, really, really risky for herO, and we can see that it just didn't pay off. Does recall, does keep it alive. Blink is on the way for herO. herO moving out. Second, oh my god, MaxPax is misreading this. Second Stargate's on the way. MaxPax is going Mass Phoenix. He believes that he's in the middle of a Phoenix War, but it is not. So Mass Phoenix here by MaxPax. What he should be doing is getting a Robo. We should be seeing a Robo into Immortal production if MaxPax knew that what was happening, but he doesn't know. It's in the dark. Oracle towards the natural, does get in. Probes are going down. MaxPax, he responds. And so far, this Oracle is doing an amazing job at just buying time and keeping MaxPax busy. Because MaxPax, he hasn't seen anything. Stays into the main. No major connection. Oracle goes down. Revelation here on the on the Phoenixes and on the second Stargate. Big scout here for herO, and herO, I'm sure he feels good about this. Because again, no Robo, no Immortals. So Mass Stalker can pop off, and herO, he might just snowball out of control with this. As MaxPax does feel like he has misread this. Stalkers are revealed. Now he knows. Now MaxPax knows. Adept will shade in towards the natural. herO out of position. And you can see, as soon as MaxPax saw the Stalkers, Robo. But again, this Robo was late. It's a late Robo, late Immortals. But they're coming. MaxPax just needs time. He needs time for Immortal production. And he needs Void Rays as well. But for now, he's stuck with Mass Phoenix. Proxy Gate across the map. herO, he confirms there is no third. Adept gets cleaned up. He's moving out across the map as well. He's reinforcing. And you can see MaxPax throwing down extra shield batteries. We'll see if he can somehow survive this. I'll be impressed if he can. Be very impressed. River's almost done. First Immortal's going to be on the way. More Phoenix is building up. herO reinforcing. Blink is done. More reinforcements on the way. It's going to be how many Stalkers? 12. 12 Stalkers for herO. So far, kiting against the army. First Immortal's on the way. Remember, as the Immortal count gets higher, it's going to be easier and easier for MaxPax to hold. So herO's on the timer. Gateway goes down. Shield battery under fire. First Immortal will pop. herO threatens a dive. Blink's on cooldown. Immortal has arrived. Mass pickup here on the Stalkers. Immortal doing a lot of damage here in the back line. And so far, MaxPax, he is holding on. He forces this back. The Phoenixes, they lift well. The Immortal does so much damage on the back line. Oof. And that was how many Stalkers? 10. Jesus. 10 Stalkers go down. The power of the Immortal. And now we have 2. 2 Immortals. MaxPax holds. But the Phoenixes move out. Oh. We go for the dive. Immortal gets surrounded. One Immortal will fall. He gets one, but not the other. MaxPax out of position. He races back home. That was best case scenario for herO. But it's still not enough. Yeah, MaxPax, he can chase this down. He will completely shut down the all-in. Gets 1, gets 2, gets 3 Stalkers. Gets 4, 5, just every single one. And again, that one Immortal on the ground. Carrying. And herO, he's run out of steam. He's run out of steam at this point. He will be expanding, getting his 3rd base. Again, everything was looking good for herO when it comes to MaxPax's opener, when it comes to his build, going into Mass Phoenix. But as we saw, herO was on a timer, and he missed it. He missed his window. Missed his timing. Once the first Immortal arrived, it did feel like it would be insurmountable. And, yeah, that's how it turned out in the end. The power of the Immortals. And of course, the Phoenix support, don't get me wrong. It wasn't just the Immortal on its own, but the Phoenixes, they were able to hold their own as well. With all those big ups. Proxy gets shut down, 3rd base on the way. And soon MaxPax can start to threaten the bases. Start to threaten these bases, threaten the economy. He's moving out across the map. Committed into more Phoenixes. And MaxPax, he will keep the Immortals back at home. So he's slowly building up a higher and higher Immortal count. He's up to 3, soon to be 4 Immortals. Phoenixes, they confirm the 3rd. They head towards the main. herO down in economy, down in workers. And he is aware of the Phoenixes. He's trying to get in position. He is trying. MaxPax reinforcing. Hello, Pylon. Or hello, Probe. As we should be seeing a reinforcing Pylon. Or not. Never mind. Okay, I just assumed we were going to be seeing a Pylon and a Gateway, but the Probe goes down. Does tank some shots, I guess. There's the first blink. But again, that's 4 Immortals for MaxPax. He's snowballing out of control. Dives on the Stalkers. The Immortals, they shut down the Archon. And everything else as well. Again, it was a good effort by herO. And hey, he did make a series out of this, but there's nothing left. The boys, they killed 1 Immortal. 1 Immortal went down, but there's still 3 left over. And MaxPax, he's done it. GG gets called. MaxPax, he will take the series 3-1, becoming this week's PiGosaur Monday number 9 champion. GG. GG, well played. MaxPax does take it. Shout out to herO, as again, he was able to fight back in that last game, able to make a series out of this on, I was going to say Frostline, my apologies. It was the other map. Hold on. Yeah, on Frostline. Yeah. He was able to fight back on Frostline, but here on King's Cove, we saw that herO did try to catch MaxPax with his pants down. It was a really nice build overall from herO. Like the idea of trying to lure MaxPax into believing it was Phoenix Wars and then catching him out with Blink Stalkers. Like theoretically, it was sound, but we saw when it came to the execution, he did hit a little bit too late. By the time he hit, the first Immortal had arrived. There were 2 shield batteries on the low ground, and with that 1 Immortal, I mean, MaxPax, he held very nicely. He was able to, of course, support it with the Mass Phoenixes, and GG. GG, well played. If you remember, herO, he lost 10 Stalkers in that first assault, and it wasn't worth it. Wasn't worth it in the end. That first push was the strongest one for herO, and after it failed, it was over then and there. Was over. GG, well played. MaxPax will be our champion this week, and herO will come in second place instead. Regardless, hope you all enjoyed yourselves here this morning. Hope you all had a great time, and again, we're going to be back next week with the next PiGosaur Monday, of course. It is a weekly tournament every single, I guess, Monday, depending on where you are. For me, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday afternoon here in Australia, but, you know, Monday in other parts of the world. Regardless, the event is weekly, and we are going to be back later on in 6.5 hours with Elite League. Elite League number 332. Yeah, 232 is going to be in 6.5 hours. If you're curious, what is Elite League? Elite League is the OG. It's a very old school tournament. Did recently come back. It was recently revamped and revitalized by a lovely sponsor, a Korean streaming platform. So Cranky and ourselves, we cast when we stream over on PiGosaur. Let me just quickly link it in the chat. There we go. So you can follow us there if you wish. What I will say though, depending on where you are in the world, it can be quite difficult to watch on the platform just because they only have Korean servers and Korean routing. So watching from Europe or watching from the Americas can be quite difficult without a VPN. So if you don't use a VPN, then the stream will most likely buffer and lag for you. But if you're in Asia or if you're in Oceania like we are here, then you should be able to watch it without too much issue. Just as a heads up. It's not the most ideal streaming platform, I do know, but we are going to be live there regardless with Elite League, and VODs will be available on YouTube in a couple of days. So if you can't watch live, if you want the VODs, they'll be available within the next 3 or 4 days on YouTube for Elite League. So we got you covered there if you wish. Otherwise, our next stream here on this channel is going to be tomorrow in less than 24 hours. We're going to be live with Code for Giants Cup. If you're curious, what is Code for Giants Cup? That is a bi-weekly Brazilian tournament. Every 2 weeks, we have some Brazilian action here on the Cranky Ducklings, so we got you covered there. If you're curious, players like Yan, players like Master, Eric, Inexorable, and many others are featured in Code for Giants Cup on a bi-weekly basis. And also tomorrow is Sparkling Tuna Cup. If you're curious, you're like, hold up, isn't Sparkling Tuna Cup usually over the weekend? Isn't it usually on Sundays? It is, but this week, for the next 2 months, it is being moved to Wednesdays. So it's going to be on Wednesday instead. The reason for this change is because of Masters Coliseum. Masters Coliseum is starting this weekend. It is a 3-day event every single weekend for the next 2 months. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, every single week for the next 2 months is full of Masters Coliseum. Qualifiers into group stage, into playoffs. Masters Coliseum is a big online event. The best of the best players in the world are going to be there. Players like Serral, Rainer, Maru, Dark, Solar, Shin, MaxPax, and many others are all going to be taking part and competing in Masters Coliseum. So that is kind of the biggest event of the patch, I should say. Home Story Cup was a good offline event, but Home Story Cup was also missing a lot of Koreans. It was missing a lot of Korean players and also missing MaxPax. Because Masters Coliseum is an online tournament, MaxPax will be there as well. He will be competing in that. I mean, again, these are the big events that MaxPax usually does prepare for, just because these are the biggest events that he can play in, because he's not going to LAN events, right? So tournaments like Masters Coliseum, these other big online tournaments are what he does prepare and where he does bring his best. So it's going to be a big couple of months here for MaxPax and for all the other players and competitors as well, as always, for Masters Coliseum. So do check that out over the weekend. Otherwise, we have plenty more on the channel. We have Tenacious Total Tussle, we have the Pondcast, we have Cheeseadelphia, I forgot. Cheeseadelphia is also over the weekend. It's going to be a busy weekend. Oh my god. Like over the weekend we have like 6 casts in 2 days. Jesus. So hey, let's go. So Cheeseadelphia is also this weekend. If you're curious, what is Cheeseadelphia? It is a big offline event in the Americas. So if you're curious, if you want to see the best in the Americas face off against each other, Cheeseadelphia is the place to be, and that is going to be on the 7th of December. It is going to be the 7th. It's going to be Sunday morning for me, but I believe Saturday afternoon for other areas in the world. Oh boy, so it's a lot of StarCraft, a lot of a lot of StarCraft. So I'll do my best to stay sane throughout the weekend. It's going to be an intense couple of days, but again, we're going to be live in 6 hours with our next tournament, so I'm going to go and get some food. I'm going to try and get some work done. I'm going to try and nap for a couple of hours, like 3 or 4 hour nap at most, and then jump into Elite League. That's the plan, Pat. That is the plan. Otherwise, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you wish, you can support us. You can follow us on all the social medias, !socials in the chat. There we go. And you will get a link to our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. You can follow us on all the social medias. If you wish, we post it when we go live. Likewise, VODs are available on YouTube on a daily basis, so plenty of VODs on YouTube. If you can't watch live because we're live so often, then YouTube is the place to be to catch up on those VODs. Otherwise, thanks for watching. See you in a few hours. See you then. See you then. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. We'll see you guys later tonight. Until then, hasta luego. Stick around. We're gonna be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Who is live? Who is live at the moment? Let's see. I see Pacheca and Gnocchi. They're all playing Helldivers. I see Practice X is online. Who else? Jaime Jim is online. He's playing League. We'll find someone to send our love over to. So yeah, with that, thanks for watching. And we'll see you guys either later tonight or tomorrow. See you then. Thanks for watching. Hasta luego. Ciao. Papi, ciao. Hasta luego.